So the second design of softbox is this one, which is an octagonal softbox, which is going to give us really nice round catch lights in the eyes. Now this one, because it's octagonal, it's probably going to be easier if I put it together on the floor, just simply because it's more difficult to get it aligned properly. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to place it on the floor and then just push down gently. Now it's a little bit fiddly to get the right angle. See, I've got the wrong angle there, so let me try again. Oops, yeah. It's going to take a little bit of practice just to get the right angle on the softbox. Oops. That's it, that's gone in. Now although it's a little bit fiddlier than the square softbox, it's still a lot easier than putting in the individual brackets and trying to stretch it out. Let me do that again. Obviously you can see that taking it apart again is really easy. You just literally do that and it folds up. And let me try one more time. So again, I'm just going to push down, try and push down evenly, and that's it. It worked a lot faster that time. I think practice makes perfect with this softbox, but it's still so much faster than using a regular softbox. Okay, so here we have the bracket for the octagonal softbox. The bracket basically has got some screws that you undo, and so it just fits straight onto your regular lighting stand. Let's put that back on there. The good thing about this is that it's got a little ball joint on it, so you can change the angle that the softbox is going to sit at. Let's just tighten that up. You've also got an height adjustment, so you can adjust the height depending on how high your flash is. And then you've got a little fitting here that we're going to screw the wireless trigger onto. There's also found it finally. So this attachment will go on there, and you can slide your flash onto there if you've got a wireless. If you've got an infrared trigger that's within your flash system, like Nikon and Canon sometimes do, you can just slide the flash onto this plate here, and then your infrared system will work with that. Alternatively, the way we're going to use it is with the wireless trigger screwed onto that point. Just to point out, these little rubber washers here, they are loose, so you've just got to make sure you don't lose them. If you do lose them, when the softbox goes on, the joint, it will move around slightly. The joint won't be quite as good. So just keep an eye on those every time you take the softbox apart, that you don't lose them. But I mean, they won't fall off easily, sort of thing. But you just need to keep an eye on them. And then literally, you just mount on the softbox. You have a little screw fitting there, and that just literally screws into the softbox like that. Okay, oops. I've got to get it threaded properly, that's it. Okay, it's quite a long sort of reach on that screw, so it's going to take a while to screw in. And that's it, and you can tighten that up as much as you want, and that's sturdy now. And then obviously this little sleeve here goes over there when you've put the wireless trigger, and then our flash is attached. Now let's just make sure that's on, and then what I'm going to do is just draw this across there like that, so that it just covers that area up, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so now we've got the flash in position on top of the wireless trigger. We can do several things with this. We can turn the flash up and use it pointing upwards to bounce around the whole softbox, which is going to soften the light slightly that comes out the front of it. The other way that you can do it is face it forward and then use one of the diffuser panels that comes with the flash, with the softbox. And this panel has got a really nice sort of reflective middle to it. On the one side it's white, on the other side it's reflective. And so depending on how you want the light to look when it comes out of the softbox, you can either you can put it either way. That's going to give you an even softer light because obviously it's bouncing back off the white. But I think for this instance we're going to turn it that way and bounce off the reflector. It's going to give us more light power out. So what I'm going to do now is try and attach the inside panel to the softbox. So you might have to bear with me a sec here while I attach this. Okay, so now we have that fitted in place. It should provide us with a really nice bounce back and a really even spread of light around the whole softbox. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can use the softbox now. We've got this panel in. Now we could fit the front diffuser on with this, without this panel in, and it's going to give us a more concentrated point of light in the centre. Or we can decide not to put the front panel on at all, and this will give us a totally different lighting effect to having the front panel on it. Let me just get the front panel out and we can illustrate how this fits on. So again, it's really simple, this bit. It just attaches to the Velcro. What I tend to do this way is actually just get one panel between there with the octagon softbox. It's easier to do one panel at a time. And we just go around. Okay, let's go to this one. And just sliding your fingers along just to get it to grip properly. Okay. And there we go, the softbox panel is now sort of fitted onto it. Okay, so I've got the trigger and we're just going to test it out to see if it's working or not. So let's press the button. Yeah, that's working fine. So that's perfect. And literally you can stand as far as you way away from that and it will trigger off because we're using the wireless trigger, of course. So it's great. So this time we've underexposed the camera slightly to try and illustrate what the fact that we can get a really even spread over the whole softbox using the inner diffuser. Now most softboxes on the market for this particular product, for the speedlights, don't have that same central diffuser panel that bounces the light back inside and spreads it around the softbox. So consequently you get a very bright hot spot in the middle and you get hardly any light bouncing around on the edges. But hopefully you'll be able to see, if I trigger this off now, that our light is spreading all over the edges of the softbox. Let me try it a couple more times. So, and again. Yeah, I mean, it's basically just spreading the light out so much better than any other sort of product on the market would. The reason this is good is because you can take that inner diffuser out and get exactly the same effect. So if you want it to get a hot spot, you can, but if you don't want the hot spot, you can just stick the diffuser in, bounce the light round and spread it out evenly. So it's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to take this softbox apart now. And to do that, it's just as easy as putting it up. Literally, take the Velcro off, put that to one side. Now, I could take the diffuser panel off, but at the moment, just to save time, and also to save time putting it back up again, I'm going to leave that in the centre. So all I need to do is get my hand around and reach around the back. If I just turn this round slightly, you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to undo that screw there, which is attaching our flash. And then I can just remove the flash and the trigger unit. Let's put that to one side. Turn this back round to the front. In fact, I'll turn it to the side. Now you can see now, simply undo the back screw of the bracket and that will release our softbox. Okay. Okay, now again, just push that rubber, the little rubber bung, back onto the screw because we don't want to lose that. Flash is off. Now I'm just going to put my hand through here and pull the bracket, and it's as simple as that. A couple of seconds.